What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to a new week for Littleroot Laddering. So, with a new week means a new team, and this week, as we talked about on the podcast yesterday, we're playing this Tentacruel, Dugtrio, Cabalion team with little bits of support with Amoonguss, Marowak, and Hydreigon. So, really hoping we can just rock out some wins and maybe beat up Cabalion a couple times, and if not, well, we can always bulldoze our own Tentacruel, I guess. So, really interested in seeing how this goes. The last team left us at basically where we started, so hoping we can. Nope, I forgot we did end the video on a win. So let's see if we can how high we can go. I would be really happy if we can climb, hopefully into Ultra Ball. I believe Ultra Ball is 10, but I don't know. Let's find out. So first team of the day, we see PZ, Clef, Corviknight, Urshifu, Talonflame, and Dracovish. So this is debatably the scariest thing that you could be seeing right now, with Clef plus PZ or Talonflame plus PZ. Corviknight's their PZ counter with Urshifu and Dracovish in the back, both of which really like Tailwind support. So what do we like here? I think what if we go Dugtrio, Cabalion? Nah, Dugtrio, Tentacruel, Cabalion, and Marowak. See if we can just run down the PZ menace. The good thing about Tentacruel is we are going to be able to ignore the stat drops from PZ. So hopefully we can just stay faster, especially with Dugtrio. Like Dugtrio being able to bulldoze means that we should be able to do whatever we want with Tentacruel, hopefully. Look at this beautiful lead. I love it. So Carl put this team together for me, and I am really happy with the work that he's done for it. So, do we want a Dynamax, or do we just want to, like, Sludge Wave? Probably Dynamax, right? And just go for a Max Ooze into the PZ, and they're going to redirect it, so their PZ is faster, but Dugtrio should be faster than PZ, meaning we get to go before PZ does. Meaning we get our Bulldoze off, triggering policy, and then Tentacruel should be faster than PZ at -1. Hopefully. I forgot I can't set this controller down because when it vibrates, it goes into the mic, and then everyone hears it, and that's bad. So let's see. Yeah, so shoutouts to Carl for putting this team together for me. No one really had anything built for Series 6 yet, so we just kind of took it upon ourselves and did it ourselves this week. So policy triggers. Their speeds are dropped. Notably, they went for Helping Hand here, meaning we're probably going to see a Max Lightning, and if that's the case, I don't like our odds. That did absolutely nothing. We are terrified. We are dead. Because I have a feeling this is going to be like Max Lightning. Okay, it's just Max Strike. Into Dugtrio. Thank you, Focus Sash. Okay. I don't hate our position, but that doesn't mean I like our position. I'm just going to go for a high horsepower into the Clef. And I guess we just max Ooze. I guess we could Geyser. I'm gonna ooze. Nah, we're gonna Geyser. We're gonna Geyser the PZ. If they want to go for a follow me this turn, then Clef goes down. Nope, just clicking Helping Hand again. Take that. Decent damage. Hopefully this Geyser takes us out, especially at +3. Go away. I forget that Max Ooze is capped at like, I believe it's capped at 100 base power, so Max Geyser was going to do significantly more damage there, but I think getting to +3 is really good, because I don't think our opponent is going to be able to have anything that's going to, one, outspeed Tentacruel at this point, except for like Talonflame, maybe? Oh, just going to bring out Dracovish. Well, Mr. Vish does not like this. Is it crazy to click Bulldoze? I'm actually going to Protect, because I think Vish is going to be... what's the chances that Vish is Scarf? Probably pretty high. So I think what that means is I actually want to Bulldoze this turn and hope that they aren't Scarf. And we can Max Ooze the Clef. Okay, Clef is just going to go for Protect. Dracovish is faster, goes for the Crunch, picks up the KO. Which, that means they are Scarf. That would be the only explanation as to why they are faster. But hopefully this +3 Ooze into the Clef is enough. Nowhere near it. Protect is busted. So they have Crunch. And they're locked into it. So I think we just bring in Cobalion. I wonder how much a close combat does into Dracovish here. Let's find out together. And now I like clicking Sludge Wave, because Cabalion's immune. Hopefully this isn't into Tentacruel, but I have a feeling it is. Yep. Probably going down. Nope, we live like a champ. Decent chunk. I will take that. That is pretty decent. And then this Sludge Wave should deal with the Clefairy and do pretty significant damage to Dracovish. Yep, cool. Yeah, picking up the double KO there means we are in a very solid position now. Being able to just click I'm just gonna close combat you. And I'm gonna Protect. That's stupid. It's an Urshifu, you dummy. I am a dummy. I just protected in front of an Urshifu. I was expecting Sucker Punch, actually. I was expecting a Sucker Punch into the Tentacruel, which actually means that Protect is the correct play, but we're a dummy. So we're just going to see a close combat into Cobalion, picking up the KO there. What do we have in the back? Do we have any priority on this team? I don't think so. Remember that time I could have won this game if I had clicked an attack and instead I hit Protect in front of an Urshifu? Pepperidge Farm remembers. What is our most accurate move? Flare Blitz it is. Scald it is. Because they can only pick up 1 KO at most. Goodbye, Marowak. We hardly knew ye. Yeah, this game went from insanely well positioned to we almost died to an Urshifu, and it's because I'm bad and tried to protect. But, you know, we did pick up a win, and that's a starting point. It shows you that as long as PZ doesn't carry Max Lightning, I think we're in a pretty decent position. Pretty Corviknight. Policy Corviknight. They had the Max Lightning and they still went after Dugtrio. That's wild to me. That is actually wild. I don't understand that. And nothing crazy on the Clef. They had the Sucker Punch. Okay. Focus Sash. Yep. Expert Belt on Talonflame. I actually like that. I really like Expert Belt over something like Sharp Beak. Special attacking Talonflame. I like that, actually. Like, that special attack's pretty decent. And, like, you get Heat Wave and Hurricane, both of which are really good attacks. And I love the Quick Guard on Talonflame. I think that is really, really, really good. And I'm assuming this is Scarf. Man, I am so good at this. I don't really care for Dragon Rush here, just because it is 75 base power. I think I like Psychic Fangs more, just because you can deal with Amoonguss that way. Or Ice Fang. Ice Fang is also good. Ice Fang or Psychic Fangs. We kind of talked about this on the podcast yesterday. With, I think it was, we had a couple different Dracovish teams that we talked about. And like Dracovish really likes Tailwind, so having that support for it is just really good. So being able to pair it with Talonflame seems really important. So one more win will put us on a quote-unquote 3-win streak, with the last win and then last week's video, because I haven't played since. So let's see. Gengar, Dracozolt, Sylveon, Arcanine, Corviknight, Gastrodon. I see no reason not to go Dugtrio, Tentacruel. We should outspeed everything after we get a Bulldoze off. Amoonguss knows Giga. We do know Giga Drain, so that could help against the Gastrodon. Trying to think if I want Hydreigon here, and I don't think I do in front of Sylveon. So I think we just want Cobalion. Marowak gives us a solid answer to Corviknight, which we're kind of weak to currently. Yeah, I think we're just bringing the same 4. Like, they're not doing Trick Room shenanigans, most likely. I can't imagine that Gengar has Trick Room on this team. I would be very surprised if it's not carrying Sash. So what we're going to do here is exactly what we did last game, except if they lead with the Dracozolt, then we're going to target down the Dracozolt. Yep, and we do see that Gengar Dracozolt lead. My team's prettier. Just got you need to learn to flex on your opponent. That's the important message, that if you can learn anything from this, learn to flex on your opponent. This should be a very dead Dracozolt unless for some reason they go for Max Guard, which I can't imagine in the face of Tentacruel, Dugtrio, you go for a Max Guard. I could see it actually. Actually thinking about it, thinking through the permutations, it's not illogical to have an Ice move on this Tentacruel. And like obviously you're gonna have a ground move on your ground Pokemon with Dugtrio. So you could just predict a double end, like it. Oh, they're not even going to Dynamax. Well, that's a very dead Dracozolt. Getting those speed drops, which is really important. I don't think Tentacruel's going to outspeed. Oh, we do. I wasn't sure if we were going to outspeed the Gengar. Man, this is sweet. Like, the fact that we just get to basically counter two of the best threats in Series 6 with... It's cute that you think Icy Wind's gonna affect me. I have Clear Body, sir. Ma'am? Ma'am. At least according to their avatar. Which I will respect. So Gengar's gonna go down to another Bulldoze, which we know we outspeed. We can also high horsepower into that. And then be able to just one-shot whatever they bring in here. Yeah, bringing in Sylveon. It could have, like... I'm just gonna max use it. I'm just gonna high horsepower into the Gengar. I'm gonna max use into the Sylveon. And that should be enough to get a double KO here. Pending no protects. For the record, I like our opponent's jacket. It is a very good jacket for your avatar. And I actually wore that exact jacket for quite a while in game. Gonna withdraw the Gengar. Is this going into Corviknight? No, into Arcanine. Well, that's not gonna like a high horsepower either. Even if we are at -1. Bop beyond the nose. Jeez, that does it. It just chunks them. It just chunked them, chat. Our opponent never stood a chance. Now, a serious thing we need to consider here is Gengar's going to outspeed Dugtrio now, and Arcanine might also outspeed Dugtrio because we no longer have the speed drop on the Gengar, whereas we still have the speed drop on the Dugtrio. So it might be correct to protect this turn and pick up the KO on the Gengar. We could also just deal with the Arcanine before it gets like a Snarl off, but I don't think Snarl's actually going to prevent them from getting beat up here. So I'm just going to go for a Protect. I'm going to go for... Yeah, we'll go for a Max Geyser into the Gengar, because if they want to go for a Heat Wave or something else like that, then this is going to be really beneficial for us. Notably, the Gengar is also going to outspeed our Tentacruel now. Yeah, we do see that Dynamax on the Gengar. I really like that play from our opponent. Unfortunately, I don't think it's enough. Yeah, we're going to see the Protect from the Arcanine. We're going to see the Protect from the Dugtrio. And that shows us that the Arcanine is faster than Dugtrio. That's really good to know. Max Phantasm into the Tentacruel, taking that like a champ because we are bulky. We're a very bulky boy. Goodbye. And now if Arcanine wants to go for Heat Wave, it's not gonna... It shouldn't be able to pick up a KO on anything. So then this turn I'm gonna go for a Sludge Wave. Probably a Sludge Wave and switch out into Cobalion. Cobalion switching in is relatively safe. Yeah, it's 100% accurate. There's no reason not to just click this. It's our highest base damage. We could go for Scald. Scald would also deal with it. But then I don't get to click Sludge Wave. Yep. So just like that, we are 2-0 in less than 20 minutes. That game was effectively won. Like, both of these games were effectively won on turn 1. And that's huge. I would love to look at our opponent's team. Focus Sash on the Gengar, just like I assumed. Shadow Ball, Icy Wind, Sludge Bomb, and they do have the Trick Room. So Trick Room on Gengar here is strictly as a counter to Trick Room. Like, this is not a Trick Room team. Like, you're not trying to do Trick Room shenanigans here. So just having that on this is just as a counter to opposing Trick Rooms. Life Orb on the Dracozolt, Aerial Ace, Dragon Claw, Bolt Beak, Protect, pretty standard. I don't see anything out of the ordinary on this thing. Notably, it is Jolly instead of Adamant, which I think is actually correct. With all the Dracosults going around, I think you want to potentially have a speed tie as opposed to knowing having a chance that you are slower. Leftovers Sylveon, interesting. Max special attack, speed, and HP. That's a weird one. Calm Mind's substitute. We could have got wrecked by this Sylveon. That's a cool one. I don't think this set's very good, but it's definitely cool. Arcanine holding that Iapa Berry, which we never saw. Oh, so it actually is not. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Nothing overly interesting there. Lumberry on the Corviknight. I really like Lumberry Corviknight. I think that's really, really cool. I actually think it's really important, especially in the face of Amoonguss, being able to just say no to Amoonguss and be able to Brave Bird or whatever you need to in front of it. Like, if you go for a bulk up in front of Amoonguss and then Brave Bird the next turn, you're just in such a good position because now they can't Spore you. I'm surprised to see Citrus over Rindo, especially when you have Recover. That's my only concern about this Gastrodon. I think if you have Recover, you don't need the Citrus Berry, and instead I would rather have Rindo if I'm Recover, or I would rather have Yawn over Recover if I'm Citrus. I think either of those combinations are fine, but I don't particularly care for this combination. Really, really sweet team from our opponent. I would love to continue battling. Let's get one more in. Not quite enough to pull us into Ultra Ball. I really hope Ultra Ball is actually at rank 10, and I'm not just sitting here hyping it up and then it not being a reality. Let's see what our last match of the day is going to be. Against John Rob Tom. Grimmsnarl, Amoonguss, Colossal, Gastrodon, Vikavolt, Runerigus. This looks like a Trick Room team without a Trick Roomer. That is Surf Colossal. How do we beat Surf Colossal? I wonder if Hydreigon can deal with Colossal. What? I'm actually not worried about it, in all actuality. It's so incredibly slow when you're using it off of Grimmsnarl that I don't think this is a problem. I'm just going to lead the same way and then have... I think Marowak seems great here. And... do I want Amoonguss? I think I'm just bringing this solid 4. I think our 4 that we've been bringing are really solid. Like, Marowak is a really good answer to Trick Room if that's what they're planning on doing. Which, if that's their plan, opponent, you're in for a rough time, buddy. Because, I don't know if you're going to be able to get Trick Room off. They lead Runerigus, Amoonguss. We're going to see Grimmsnarl, Runerigus. Okay. I like this lead. I like this lead from our opponent. I'm just going to Dynamax in their face. And Max guys are there. Go for a Bulldoze. Our team does one thing really well. I'm anticipating a fake out. I'm not sure into what. It could also be Light Screen. It could also be Thunderwave into the Tentacruel. There's a lot of things that Grimmsnarl could do. We're going to see the fake out into the Tentacruel. Oh, opponent. Oh, opponent. You're in for a rough time, buddy. You, unfortunately, are not getting a Trick Room off this game. And unfortunately, Bulldoze doesn't look too great in front of this Grimmsnarl. Goodbye. What's also really great about this combination of like Bulldoze triggering your policy is because it hits everything. Whatever you're targeting is going to die because it can't live off of a focus sash. So that's really, really important to note. And I mean that it could have came up last game if I would have targeted on the Gengar instead. Oh yeah, you have a Gastrodon. I don't care about that. I'm gonna max ooze into this Grimmsnarl. And I'm gonna go for a high horsepower into this Grimmsnarl. I can see them switching into Colossal here. Which, if they switch into Colossal, it's gone. There's no living. Especially having a high horsepower go into it. We're gonna see a Dynamax, most likely from the Gastrodon? Does this Gastrodon think it's gonna be able to take on my Tentacruel? Because, opponent, you are gonna be surely mistaken. If this is the case, we need to be able to stall out these Dynamax turns so that Cobalion can come in and deal with this Gastrodon. Because as of right now, we don't have a solid way of dealing with it. High horsepower going to do a chunk. Max Ooze is going to be able to take out the Grimmsnarl. I'm assuming it was just going for a Spirit Break there, which I don't know if I agree with. But now we are +3. They're going to see a Max Quake, presumably into the Tentacruel. Nope, just going for a Max Geyser into the Dugtrio. Opponent. Thank you, Focus Sash. The downside to all this is I can't Max Geyser if they have Colossal here, but it doesn't really matter. It is, in fact, Colossal, so that should be out of here. So yeah, let's just go for a Hailstorm. And we'll go for a high horsepower into the Colossal. Opponent just agrees that there is no way they're winning. I don't think this battle is over. I think Dynamaxing their Gastrodon there was actually 100% the correct play. Because our Tentacruel doesn't have an answer to it. We don't have an answer to that Gastrodon. Muscle Band. What is this Grimmsnarl set? This is Gigantamax Grimmsnarl. This is cool. Black Sludge Amoonguss. Yep, pretty standard. Physical Colossal. It's not Steam Engine. That has to be a mistake. Like, it has everything going for it except that it's Flame Body. That's a really aggressive Gastrodon too. Vikavolt. And the Runerigus, I'm assuming, does in fact have Trick Room. Okay. Yeah, really interesting team from our opponent. Being able to attack us from multiple angles. So let's see. Are we in Ultra Ball? Am I correct about my prediction here? Please be Ultra Ball. Like, I know we went 3-0 today. It is, in fact, Ultra Ball. Cool. So, hopefully, this week, we can get into Master Ball with this team. This team has been absurdly better than I anticipated it being. Tentacruel has been fantastic. Just absolutely obliterating everything we have played against today. We played against PZ, we played against Colossal, we played, game 2, we played against Dracozolt. Like, those are 3 of the most aggressive threats in this format right now, and we just beat up all of them. Granted, the Colossal team was not a dedicated Colossal team, but I will still take it. That is fantastic. I am in love with this team so far. I am really, really excited to continue playing this week with it. So, as always, everyone, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new. Ring the bell for notifications when new stuff goes live. And to everyone, pound that like button for Tentacruel today. And I want you all to leave a comment down below commenting on just how great Tentacruel is. And I guess Littleroot deserves some love too. It definitely put in a lot of work for us too, picking up a non-zero amount of KOs. So just give the duos, the Gen 1 duo, some love for me down in that comment section. So thank you very much as always, everyone. Until Thursday, peace.